We have a strong art scene here in Central Florida, and that, of course, includes a lot of fabulous comedians making their way to the City Beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice, and you might recognize one of the comedians performing this weekend from his Comedy Central special, the movie Zoolander, and the True TV series Upload, among many other things. We're excited to have Godfrey here.
Hey, guys.
Hey, good morning.
What's happening?
What is up?
How was the show last night?
Good. Awesome.
You're
It was
here
awesome.
all weekend at the Orlando Improv.
That's right.
So
it's a fun place.
What's going on? What are you talking about?
Everything. I mean, everything. Life, and you do the obvious sometimes. I'm not a real political person, but Trump's not political. He's just Trump.
Right.
He's just a big figure. You just talk about him. And I just talk about everything. It depends on how I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I talk about whatever I feel like talking about.
There's plenty of subject matter
Yeah,
right now,
there's
right?
subject matter, but not even right now. It's just plenty of subjects.
Yeah. Right.
You talk about, and every comedian's different. Some comedians go edgy. Some people don't even talk about that. Some people are clean. Everybody has their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you say everyone can identify with different families, and everywhere you go, people love you talking about your family
My
because
dad,
we can
yeah.
all identify with
Of course.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Most people come from families, so
Yeah.
you go, I think everybody can relate.
Yeah,
all have
most
the
people
same-
weren't hatched from eggs.
There are a lot of similarities in a lot of
Yeah,
families.
there's a mom
lot
and
of
dad, you're
dysfunction.
mad at your sister. Oh, I know about that. You know what I mean? I just got back from Saudi Arabia, and it was fantastic. And it's like the same thing. They didn't have to change any jokes. There were rules in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, there's some rules. Certain rules you go, okay, I won't do that.
And why is
I
it
want
that
to
we
come back
think-
home safe?
What we
Yeah,
think
it's
is
very
funny
important.
is something that's similar that we all kind of have in common. When we notice, hey, I have that same thing in common, that tends to be funny.
Yeah. That's
There's
where
humor
a
in
lot
that.
of times, humor comes from nostalgia, relation. It comes from, and humor comes from pain, which people got to understand that. It comes from when things are stressful and rough. And that's where it comes from. That's why when people think that every comic is supposed to be safe, that's not real. Because most of us have, artists, period. That's why I like you guys said, you called me an artist. You said art, comedy, yay.
Yes.
It is art.
Comedy's an art form. Like, people think it's not. That's why I think people come in and they want to get offended right away. They don't think it's an art form. They think you're just up there, purposely trying to, no, it's an art form. Because if you're inciting laughter after talking about a certain thing, you craft something, make people laugh, that's an art form. It's more a cerebral art form, But everybody can paint about politics, write a song, do this, do poetry, but you're a comedian, you're like, you shouldn't be talking about that. But that's all I know is comedy, you know what I mean? Bruce Springsteen's gonna sing about Trump, I'm gonna make jokes about Trump.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why, once you look at comedy as an art form, you won't be as, I'm offended. But it's all narcissism when people say I'm offended. And half the time, they don't even know what they're offended about. I said, what are you offended about? Well, you brought up Trump. Okay, that's his name. You need to let me finish. I might have said, hey, that's my best friend. You don't know, but
It's so amazing to me that you said people come to comedy shows and get offended.
Yeah.
I was saying I love going to comedy because I feel like everybody's having a great time. And you're like,
Yes.
oh, people get offended and people get angry.
Over nothing, and those people are just as evil. That's what's funny. It's easy to judge one particular person on stage because everybody's looking at that one person going, look at this. But I'm talking about you too. You're just pulling up a mirror. It's like, you're like this too. Because I talk about, what I said, what I love about Trump is that he's petty. I think it's hysterical that he's so petty. He lowers himself. He does playground tactics with people. And I go, but I'm like that.
Right.
There's a relation. I said, I'm like that. I'm petty. I'm so petty. I don't like playing the bigger person.
I think I'm kind of petty too.
You're all petty.
Oh, yeah.
We're all petty.
Yes,
We're
How do we
all
feel
petty.
in hecklers though? When
Heckler,
people,
it depends.
Yeah.
Hecklers are like tumors. There's benign and malignant.
Okay, all right.
There's some hecklers that are with you they're just happy to be there and they're fun. And then there's some that say something you're like, oh, that something isn't right, and you gotta just cut it off the body. My friend.
When I go out to a comedy show,
Yes.
I don't like to sit too close to
the
the
front?
stage.
Because you don't want to get picked
No.
on.
But
I want to be safe.
A lot
I
of
want
times-
eye contact.
A lot of times.
Like,
But a lot of
pick
times
me.
there are comedians, because I'm a comic, I don't pick on the audience. I'm not that
All
guy.
right,
I
okay.
know guys that are just go, all right, and that
You
some,
were in the gator shoes.
some guys are just, and women are fantastic at audience, at crowd work. I'm good at crowd, but that's not my thing. I like to do material. I like to talk about material. Unless somebody is talking to me and then
Yeah.
I do that, but
We
I'm
have-
not an insult comic like that.
We have like such, a melting
Comedian,
pot.
I don't wanna say comic.
We have such a melting pot here in Central Florida.
Yeah.
So many different cultures,
It's
and I
great.
know you like to talk about your
Makes it better.
heritage, your Nigerian
I love it.
heritage as well, and a lot
I
of people
love it.
identify with that.
Hey,
especially
every
here.
immigrant does, and immigrant in America, and people here understand it. Yeah, your father talking about going to school, work hard, but everyone's talking about that.
Yeah.
And it's great. And then people say, man, my father's like that. You go, someone from China, someone from El Salvador, someone like, my
Right.
dad's exactly the same, my mother's exactly. It's human. It's not to sound corny, like it's human. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's
lot
a
in
human
common.
connect. Of course it is.
And that's
Yes.
what we love about comedy and humor,
Well, it's
because
the
we can all
last
find it.
area of free speech, and they're trying to police that. Which and if you notice on a lot of these specials, people are doing TED Talks and not comedy anymore. Not to be mean, it's like kind of like music. They're just dumbing everything up.
Yeah, it has
everything's
changed.
just I'm very proud of my music era. When people say, I'm not trying to be mean, when they go, "Yo, did you hear this new artist?" Yeah, but do you know what I came up on?
What's your favorite
I,
era?
I saw Michael Jackson in concert. I win.
Yeah.
I've seen Prince in I win.
You do win.
Yeah,
if you've seen
Taylor
Prince in concert.
Swift. Ugh. Are you serious right now? Come on, stop. It's like, I'm not saying that they're terrible, but in
Right.
comparison to whom?
Right.
Like if you see an artist now, you go, they're great. I go, in comparison to who? You don't have anybody. You don't really, because I love the 90s R&B, the 80s.
Yes.
I go back to the 60s. I like the 60s, Jimi Hendrix, all that. Even the rock, all genres of music stink.
Yeah.
Rock stinks, everything stinks. Even
Right.
country music is poppy. I like the old school country music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where if I walk into a bar, I don't belong there. That kind of country.
Well, Jules and I love to listen to the 90s when we get in my car.
Yes. yes.
No,
Turn on the
like,
90s.
like the Johnny Cash, like I was watching CMT by accident one day, and I was like, wow, this is really poppy. It's not as country as I thought it would be. And I appreciate the older stuff, the Johnny Cash's,
Yeah.
Loretta Lynn, Tammy
Yeah.
Wynette's
Yeah.
and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Songs about their dogs.
Stand by your man.
Yes, Stand by your man. Everybody
Yes.
knows that song.
Yeah.
The Gambler, Kenny Rogers. Come
Yeah.
on. So that's it. That's pretty much what you're gonna get if you see me. I'm gonna be edgy, fun, energetic, whatever you want to call it. Just have an open mind and have fun.
Wonderful. So you're at the Improv all weekend.
All week.
I'm child free. I want to go this week.
I'm child free too. Let's go.
Child
Let's
free.
go. I want to go and sit
Child
there.
free with Godfrey. Nothing?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's
That's the
it.
weekend theme. All right. Thank you
Thanks,
so
Thank
much.
you for having
Appreciate
me.
it.